History remembers the trials. History remembers the executions. But history does not remember the curse. The shadowed streets of Salem, something is said to linger. Not ghosts, not spirits. Something older. Something that was never meant to be awakened. And according to legend, it began with their final words. In 1692, fear ruled the town. Whispers turned into accusations. Accusations turned into trials. Trials turned into death sentences. 19 men and women were hanged for witchcraft. One was pressed to death under stones. None were proven guilty. But witnesses wrote of something chilling. Some of the accused did not beg for mercy. They stared at their judges, calm, unafraid, and just before execution, several spoke. Not prayers, not pleas, curses. One account describes a condemned woman smiling as the rope was placed around her neck. She whispered, "You may silence my breath, but you will never silence what follows." Another reportedly said, "The soil will remember us, and it will answer." Officials dismissed the words as the ravings of doomed minds. But then, strange things began happening. Within weeks of the final execution, livestock were found dead without wounds. Candles extinguished themselves in sealed rooms. Children woke screaming, claiming a woman stood beside their beds. A minister wrote in his journal that he heard footsteps pacing his hallway every night, yet no one was there. At first, townspeople blamed grief, trauma, guilt, but the phenomena spread. One of the most infamous stories comes from a house built near the old execution site decades later. The family who lived there reported knocking inside the walls, shadows moving against candlelight. A voice whispering from empty corners one night. The youngest daughter ran into her parents' room trembling. She said a woman stood beside her bed. Her neck was bruised purple, and she was smiling. The family fled the house the next morning and never returned. Subsequent residents reportedly lasted less than a year. Some historians believe the cursed legend grew from mass hysteria. Others disagree. Paranormal investigators who visited the area claim instruments malfunction. Batteries drain instantly, and recordings capture faint whispers when no one is speaking. One chilling audio clip, never officially explained, allegedly contains a voice saying, "We are still waiting." Skeptics say it's static, interference, imagination. Believers say it's a message. Over centuries, records show a pattern. People connected to the trials, judges, descendants, landowners tied to executions. Historians researching the victims have reported unusually high rates of night terrors, sleep paralysis, recurring visions of a woman watching them. Coincidence? Maybe, but one researcher documented something disturbing before abruptly ending his study. His final journal entry read, "I think the curse is not revenge. I think it is a reminder." He never explained what that meant. Local folklore holds a darker belief. The executed were innocent. Because they died unjustly, their final words carried power, not magic. But something older than magic. The kind of force born from injustice, fear, and rage. According to the legend, their curse was not meant to kill. It was meant to ensure they would never be forgotten. Today, tourists walk the streets. Cameras flash. Guides tell stories. Most leave smiling. But some claim that when night falls, the crowds disappear. They hear footsteps behind them, soft, measured, following, and if you stop walking, the steps stop too. So the question isn't whether the curse was real. The question is, was it ever meant to end? Because legends say, they're still watching.